Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and I'm going to be doing my Week 14 NFL predictions. As you know, this week should be a fun week of games. We got some interesting matchups in the NFC and the AFC, and I'm really excited for this week of football. And one of the reasons I'm excited is the Texans-Cowboys game. I know the Texans suck, and the Texans are not a great football team, but even though the Texans, we are not a good team, the Cowboys, it's such a great rivalry. I mean, I'm a Cowboys hater, and even if we get blown out tomorrow, I am so excited for that game. But there's other games like the Jets and the Bills. I can't wait. The Steelers Ravens. I always love watching the Steelers Ravens games. And there's a couple other games on tomorrow's schedule that I'm really excited for. And let's get into it with my predictions. We're going to be starting with the Browns and the Bengals. I got the Bengals winning this one 30-16. We saw Deshaun Watson struggle last week against the Texans in his first game back. I think he struggles a little bit this week. I think it's a little better. They did not score one offensive touchdown against the Texans last week. They only scored. What did they score against us? They scored. Final score was. I can't remember what the final score was last week. We scored. I can't remember what the final score was last week, but they scored like 20-something points, and they only had like 8 points offensively something and no touchdowns. So, it was a very tough day for Deshaun Watson when it came to offensively. Only threw like 122 passing yards. I think he does a little better. His number one wide receiver, Mark Cooper, is questionable. I think the offense their offense should struggle a little bit. I think the Bengals, they've been red hot. I think Bengals get the easy win. Jets, Bills, I think this is a little bit of a close game, but the Bills, they're coming home for the first time in a while. They've been playing on the road. There was a home game that was canceled, that was moved to a different stadium, that was moved to Detroit because of bad snow. So this is the first. This is the Bills have not played their. The Bills have not played in Buffalo about a week before Thanksgiving. So it's been a while since they've been back in Buffalo. So I think this should be a crazy game. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Buffalo, that place is going to be really loud tomorrow. I got the Bills winning 24-19. Getting the Texans-Cowboys. The Cowboys' offense and defense should control in this game. I got the Cowboys winning this one 39-20 against my Houston Texans. The reason why I have the Texans scoring a lot of points is I think the Cowboys are going to be having a huge lead in the second half, which in that case, you start to put in your second strings. Also, I think Davis Mills has a decent game in this one. He's trying to prove something after getting benched by Kyle Allen. So I actually think Davis Mills has a decent game tomorrow. And that's why the Texans offense will do decent against the Cowboys. Main reason will be because the second strings for the Cowboys will be in, but that's my prediction. Eagles, Giants. I think this is actually going to be a really close game. I think the Giants have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, and I think one of the biggest problems with dealing with the Eagles' defense has been how good Jalen Hurts is on the run. I don't think they're going to be able to fully stop Jalen Hurts on the run tomorrow, but I think it should be better than how some other teams have been handling Jalen Hurts on the run. The Giants got a great defensive line, so I think they should do decent at stopping Jalen Hurts tomorrow, but not enough for the win. I think the Eagles get the win 27-24. I think this one goes right down to the wire. And next we got my biggest upset of the week. I got the Lions beating the Vikings to keep their playoff hopes alive. I think this will be a close game. I got the Vikings losing it 28-30. And then moving on, this is a game where some people would call it an upset, but I don't see the Steelers losing this game. The Steelers Ravens. No Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. I got the Steelers winning at 24-17. I don't see Tyler Huntley getting the job done. I think the Steelers defense will be too much. We've always seen the Steelers been able to take business against the Ravens with no Lamar. They've been able to take care of them the last couple years, even with Lamar. So I think this should be a really close game, even though they don't have Lamar Jackson. But I think Kenny Pickett will have a good game. I think their defense will have a really good game. And I think with no Lamar Jackson, it will hurt the Ravens. And the Steelers will get the win 24-17. With this loss by the Ravens, and if the Ravens lose and the Bengals win, the Bengals would become the leader in the division. So that could be huge. Jaguars Titans. I think this should be a kind of a close game. Trevor Lawrence is coming off one of his worst games of the season, and the Titans always keep it close with their opponent. So I got the Titans winning this one 24-20. Moving on to the afternoon games, this is my biggest blowout of the week, Chiefs Broncos. I don't think the Chiefs put up too much in this game. I mean, some people have the Chiefs scoring monster amount of not monster points, like in the 35 area. I've seen some 38. I saw one that said that one person said the Chiefs were going to score 41. But, the Broncos don't fully suck. Their offense is terrible, but their defense is very good. I think that the Chiefs do kick the Broncos' ass, but I think that it's only a 31-10 game. I think, even how good the Broncos defense is, I think, the Chiefs offense, it's too electric, and I think that the Chiefs find their way. I could see the Chiefs scoring a little bit less than this, to be honest. I think the Broncos defense is that good, but I don't think there's any chance of a win for the Broncos because their offense is terrible. And that is not Russell Wilson's fault. That is the coaching fault. I blame their coaching for the whole season. I think that Nathaniel Hackett will be fired. I 100% think that will happen. To be honest, I think they should fire him now, and that's just my opinion because I would like to see them fire him now. So then you get to see what the offense looks like without Nathaniel Hackett. Because maybe you want to consider maybe letting go of Russell Wilson. So I say fire him now and why not see what their offense looks like without Nathaniel Hackett. But I just don't see the Broncos scoring over 13 points tomorrow. I could see them getting to that 13 spot, but I'm going to go the safe route, say 31-10. Panthers Seahawks. The Panthers they've been playing better, but ultimately I think the Seahawks are going to be able to get this win. I think ultimately the Seahawks are going to be able to get the win tomorrow. I got the Seahawks winning in a really close one, 27-20. And Sunday Night Football, the one I am most excited for, I got the Dolphins actually losing this one to the Chargers, 33-30. I think that the Chargers, they have lost three out of the last 4 of their games. Lost to the Raiders in a really bad game last week, and the Dolphins, they lost their losing streak against the 49ers last week. I think that the Dolphins run into a angry Justin Herbert, and I think Justin Herbert's going to have a tremendous game tomorrow night. How I said there was the Chargers have lost 3 out of 4 of their last games in a row. Well, 2 of those games was on Sunday Night Football. Just saying. I think that Justin Herbert has an excellent game tomorrow, and the Chargers get to win 33-30. I think this is ultimately tomorrow. I think this Sunday Night Football is going to ultimately be the best game of the week. I think it's going to be a shootout. I could honestly see this being a more high-scoring game. I could see that being a way high-scoring. I could see that being higher than that. Moving on to Monday Night Football. Patriots Cardinals. I think the Cardinals they've probably given up on their season. I can see them fighting. I see them fighting a little bit in this one. I got the Patriots winning it 26-21. The Patriots are 0-3 on primetime this year, and I do not see Bill Belichick going 0-4 on primetime. That's not something that Bill Belichick does. You've seen them lose 2 in a row on primetime. It's like they've lost 3. They're 0-3 on primetime, but their last two games have been on primetime. They've lost. They played Thursday Night Football last week, and they got toasted against the Bills. They played Thursday Night Football on Thanksgiving against the Vikings. Had a great game, got outplayed, and a couple weeks ago before that, in like October, they played the Bears and just got trounced. So I don't see Bill Belichick losing 3 games in a row. That's not something that Bill Belichick, as a coach, does. I think Mac Jones had an awful game, and I think he's going to have a bounce-back game on Monday night after a not-so-good offensive game on Thursday against the Bills. So I think that the Cardinals run into just like the Dolphins. I think they're going to run into an angry Justin Herbert who's trying to get a win. I think the Cardinals are going to do the same thing with Mac Jones. That's it for my prediction. Oh, wait, I think I skipped a game. Okay, I skipped a game. Never mind. We got one more. The Bucks and the 49ers. I'm really excited about this game, actually. I think the Bucks are going to get the win. I think the 49ers defense will keep it close. I think Brock Purdy kind of struggles in his first game as the starter. I think actually Tom Brady plays from behind just like he did on Monday Night Football last week. I think that ultimately Tom Brady will find himself down 10-6 at halftime, and I think just like that he'll come into the second half, score 2 quick touchdowns, and I got the final score being 20-16, the Bucks winning it. I think this one should go right down to the wire, and I think the Buccaneers will be able to edge past the 49ers. I think Brock Purdy might struggle a little bit, but I think for a guy for making his first start, I think he should do some decent things tomorrow. I think Tom Brady will outplay the rookie playing in his first ever start. But yeah, that's it for my predictions. Let me know your thoughts, and that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Give me your predictions. Peace out.